Hi, I'm Travis Macy. I'm honored to be providing some guest content for Coach Jay. 14 years ago, I was a high school senior in Evergreen, Colorado. I was a decent distance runner, but not great, and the one coach who recruited me at the time was Jay Johnson. He was the coach at community college in Kansas at the time, and he almost convinced me to go there. But lo and behold, I decided on University of Colorado, and luckily, not too much later, Jay became one of my coaches there at CU, and I really enjoyed working with him. He did a lot for me and teaching me about running and how to do it smartly and how to do it with passion. It turned out for me, after a couple years of running at CU, it wasn't the best fit for me personally because I wanted to be out doing some other sports, out doing more trail type of stuff. So I moved away from track running and cross country and into endurance sports out on the trails, and that's been my focus really for the past, as I said, 13 years. I've been lucky enough to travel around the world for ultra running, trail running, endurance mountain biking, adventure racing, and Xterra. And it's really done a lot for me to see some great places in the world and make the most of my life for myself and for my family. So I'd love to provide here 5 tips for people who are interested in possibly looking at doing some trail running or some ultra running. Tip number 1 is I recommend being a little bit flexible with your training and with your racing in thinking about both distance and speed. Oftentimes, if you're doing all the training on roads and fairly flat roads, you think in terms of mile per week and pace per mile. If you're out on the trails, especially in the hills, those things may not apply. Right here, for example, this is my run today. I started down there on the coast in the town that you see, and I ran up this mountain on a real steep technical trail, ending at this real cool medieval castle here in Spain. And the vertical gain on it was about 2,000 feet with quite a short distance. I only went a couple miles. Now you say, okay, well, 2 miles, that's not much of a run, but when you climb up a steep trail like this, it can be a great workout. And the same thing could be said in races as well. So think about that. A little bit more flexibility regarding distance and pace per mile. And honestly, I do my training I do by time. So instead of by miles per week, it's more by time. And I only end up doing maybe 50, 60 miles a week, which for an elite runner is not that much. But I'm always doing stuff like this, which I think pays off pretty well. Tip number 2 is to learn how to take care of yourself. So when you're out doing stuff like this, and this is actually, I'm on a race course here. It's a trail marathon called the Trail Cap de Cruz. Your training and races could take you to places like this. So knowing how to take care of yourself, particularly regarding nutrition and hydration, is absolutely important. And I won't get into the details. If you go to my website, I've got some other videos on that, or learn from other experts, guys like Dave Mackey or Mike Wardian, those kind of people. Check out what they're doing as far as nutrition and hydration, so that you can figure out a good system that works for you. And tip number 3 is just do it. I think a lot of people oftentimes are held back because they're afraid of something. They want to have everything totally figured out from the start. They're not sure about where they're going. I mean, my advice, just kind of don't worry too much about that stuff. Obviously, be safe and pay attention to where you are out on the trails and how you would get in touch with someone. But otherwise, get out and just do it. Don't worry too much. Do you have the right shoes? Do you have everything totally set? Get out there and just get on the trails and give it a shot. So those are the first 3, and we got 2 more coming in just a moment.